All right, man. We live. Appreciate it. Oh man, I forgot to go live on give me a minute. I forgot to go live on StreamYard. So give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Not StreamYard, but Sportscastr. So give me a minute. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. It just blew my mind. Mind blowing decisions. Cause it's head on collisions. Mind blowing. Anybody jumped on? No way. Yeah, I'll be there in a minute. Give me a minute. I gotta go yard live on StreamYard. Not StreamYard. I keep saying that. Sportscastr. Put my tags in. All right. Give me a minute. I'll be ready. Let it build. Let it build. Man, I might have to go live, man, for that Gucci man and that Jeezy, man. I might have to go live. That might be the best one. I think it will be. People arguing like, oh man, Gucci. I'm like, name Gucci man best project. His best album. I think his best mixtape overall was the movie, the first one. That used to wake me up from my plane ride to go back to Montgomery for school. That was my jump. Don't get me wrong, but the same year, Jeezy had the recession. He got nothing better than the recession. Nothing. He got nothing better than the recession. Nothing at all. And then 101, I mean, you just talk about Jeezy got everything on lock. I hate that you can't use the same, log in for Sportscastr every time. So I'm gonna wait till I go live over there. So let me see, wait for it to connect. It shouldn't be that long. Give me a minute. Let me share this on my other YouTube channel. Make sure you share this for your boy. Share this. Give me a minute. I got one more video to upload on the other channel. We about to talk some Crawford. I got an update too. I heard he hollered at Al, man. Give me a minute. All right, I shared it. We live. Sportscastr is about to kick on right now, so give me a minute. Get some more popcorn. Just got done washing clothes. Folded most of them. I don't fold my workout clothes. Fuck that. I don't care. But the governor trying to shut shit down back in Detroit or Michigan. And just to show you that give me a minute. We still ain't live over there yet. Hold on. It's taking a minute. So I'm going to wait a minute. Let's show you how much she done. Flint still ain't got clean water. At all. And what you got to understand, and this is kind of another topic for another. I'm just waiting for it to connect. What you got to understand with New Orleans and what they doing in Flint, they let that happen. They trying to push the black people out of those cities. And there's something going around everywhere. You go to Brooklyn don't look like it used to look 10, 20 years ago. It's gentrification. In New Orleans, they couldn't get the black people out because black people just didn't have the money to get out. What they could have done is they could have got money together and did a relocation program for people instead of destroying the city. They destroyed New Orleans. They doing that to Flint to get people to move up out of there. They still ain't connected, so I don't know what's going on. Hold on. I'm trying to make sure I connect. I still ain't connecting, but give me a minute. We started early. I thought it was going to be a little bit later. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, so hold on. Oh, there you go. It's starting. It look like it's starting. It's done. So shout out to everybody watching on Sportscastr. We got 8 people over there. If you haven't, shout out to Chop Chop, La Scoop on Sportscastr. Shout out to Penguin, Fan 007. Pretty sure that's Pittsburgh. Penguin, shout out to them. And yeah, we're gonna be doing a mock draft too. So everybody make sure it's gonna be either tomorrow or Tuesday. So I'll be doing a mock draft for the whole thing. So if you want to join me on a mock draft, hit me up. Hit me up for sure. Wherever you want to hit me up at. Twitter, it's Goodfella Sports. Instagram is Goodfella Sports. So what else we on? Facebook is the Boxing Clinic and more. So we're gonna be doing that either tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on how my day kind of get in there. So yeah. But man, let me get to these comments though. Where's on salute? MM Sports Talk salute. Vinny, what it do? Salute. Spence, seen how we gonna say that. We're gonna say, well, I'm getting all them questions. So I just want to see anything. Kofi, salute. What's going on? What's going on? Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. A lot of people don't even know that song by Craig Mack, and I'll be doing some hip hop streams pretty soon. That song by Craig Mack, if that song was never to be, it may not have been no Bad Boy. Without that song, there's no Biggie. People don't even know that. He said New York have a 10 p.m. curfew, but not enforcing it. Yeah, you don't have to. The gyms were still open the first time. They still open now. I think Crawford and Bob Arum are running game on Al. Nope, no, they're not. I got some Champ Moses, salute, Twitter. Everybody watching on Twitter. LA12. I ain't seen you in a minute. What's going on, bro? I can't. I'll do when I kind of get in the rhythm. Cool, man, send me. But yeah, last night we had a fight. And I got some little bit of information if you ain't seen the videos. I got one more video to upload on the other channel. I mean, this car's caramel and cheesy popcorn. Governor Gretchen Whitmer told me I don't have no Thanksgiving. Shit. That's good for me. I don't like sharing no way. One year my girl made too much. The next year she didn't make enough. Look, what's so funny about it? I was working at Amazon 1 year. And she ain't make enough. And everybody popped up. But when she made too much, ain't nobody come. So, I don't know. But, I mean, last night we had a fight, obviously. And let me kind of put this out here. I'm going to stop eating this popcorn. What people got to understand is Jason Maloney, whatever Maloney brother was, he got robbed. But Bob Arum fighter got messed over yesterday. Franco was a Golden Boy fighter, but I came in right when I got a headbutt because I had to go do something. But me and Lion Killer went live, and then Nate jumped on with us. At the end, him and his daughter went to go watch the fight at like a bar or something, whatever they went. But yeah, but you had when you had this fight going, you had a situation where it was a full out thing. Kell Brook won the first round just by moving his hands. That's how he won the first round. He moved his hands, he jumped in, and me and Nate was talking about one of Crawford's weaknesses, and you got to understand every fighter got a weakness. When Crawford when he at range and you punch, he freezes. He braces for the punch. You know what I'm saying? But any other range, if he moving forward, that don't happen. If you're on the inside, don't happen. If he move inside, if you can catch Crawford stationary and you punch, he gonna brace for the shot. But the problem is when Kell Brook took advantage, he didn't take advantage of it. He got in there, he landed 1, 2, or 1, and he didn't land his counters in bunches. That's what happened. If he landed his counters in bunches, we might have had a different fight. But it's easier said than done. What Crawford did was, and what makes him so difficult for whatever style you fight, is that he's a guy that make adjustments. You're not going to hit him. If you don't knock him out, you're not going to hit him with the same punch in round 1 and round 5, round 10. You're really not going to do that. He makes adjustments. And if he was an orthodox fighter, I'm gonna go ahead and bank on this fight would have went a little bit, or maybe a lot longer. When he went to Southpaw with a mission, and his mission was to land that sweeping hook. Because if you notice, when he was in Orthodox, when a lot of people were saying, "Well, Kell Brook ran every round," that wasn't true. What he did was he slowed Kell Brook movement down with body shots. When he was in Orthodox, he was all about catching Kell Brook under his elbows, and he was catching him, in his rib cage. So go look at that. Crawford was really countering to the body. He tried to find that left, or what was it, the lead hand, whatever. I think he was in Orthodox. The left hand to the body. Kell Brook was trying to come over the top, and the body shots, I think, kind of set up Kell Brook. Because at one point, Kell Brook would move forward on his own. He'd walk back on his own. But so Kell Brook, he ain't going side to side. Either he going backwards, he going forward. And what he did, was when he jumped in and clipped Crawford was exchanging in the orthodox position. He was exchanging Kell Brook was exchanging headshots and body shots. That's what it was. Terrence Crawford from the orthodox position was touching the body. Whatever reason it was, and I'm guessing it was the abrasion on his eye, because it wasn't a cut. It became a cut, but it was a kind of swelling. And Crawford switched to southpaw, and he found that sweeping right hook. And when Kell Brook would try to get away from that sweeping right, he would try to punch with him. And Crawford was just the more accurate shot. And once he went to southpaw, Kell Brook never got an opportunity to make the adjustment, because that same sweeping left hook, he varied the punch. What he did was, when Kell Brook got dropped, that wasn't no jab. That was a really, really short right hook. So when you got a guy that can loop the shots and that can throw the shots on the line, that's a tough fighter, because you got fighters that's loop shots. And I'm trying to think of a guy that's really a loopy guy that looping shots a lot. Maybe Mayorga a little bit, but it's a guy I'm thinking of. It's either Ricardo Abreu or Miguel Vasquez. One of them dudes down there, they loop their shots. Crawford can loop, and Crawford can keep his shots on the line. And what he did was, Kell Brook was expecting the sweeping right hook, so he rocked to his right side. And what Crawford did was, when he caught him coming out the back, when he caught him trying to slide away from it, he turned the jab into a short right hook. So you got a guy that can throw the short right hook or the sweeping right hook. And apparently he can get mustard on both of them. So the short hooks is the ones that get the knockouts. The sweeping hooks, they don't really have that. It depends on who's throwing them. Another guy who looped was Orlando Salido. He had a lot of really good looping shots. Salido had that punch that Juan Lopez couldn't get away from. He said Bud is an all-time talent. I mean, he got to prove that on versus one of those other guys, but we'll get to that. Thanksgiving fall on my birthday this year. I'm having Thanksgiving. Happy boss day. See what's the deal? Yeah, I got to buy a refrigerator, man. I grew up in back. My refrigerator be going in and out, but they be keeping shit cold. But I found one at Home Depot. So I'm gonna go pick that joker up, man. I'm tired. Women will nag you to death, bro. But yeah, get it done. Crawford beats Teixeira at 154. I'm not sure Teixeira won't beat up Castano, so we gotta see. E-Man E salute. What's going on? What it do? He said Detroit almost gave the game away. I was hoping they would. Shoot, Dwayne. I was hoping the Lions gave that game away. I'm trying to get a quarterback, man. We passed up on Herbert and Tua. Did y'all see D-Hop today? Oh, boy. I was like, I don't know if Renardo in here or not. We was on Facebook chopping it up, and I was like, "Whoa, Stephon Diggs the best receiver," because he caught that ball at the end, and that was a good catch. Then DeAndre Hopkins caught that Calvin Johnson Megatron type of ball. That's crazy. He said that jab closed Franco eye. Yeah, it looked like a shoulder. They were saying at first. Leather salute, man, boy. That coach by DeAndre, but I see Megatron do that all the time. But the thing about it is, Hopkins didn't even jump as high as everybody else did. He just was longer, man. You just gotta want it. Bud would destroy Earl when I see you don't want to smoke. I mean, depends. You gotta see where Earl Smith's come back. We'll get to that. So we'll get to that. I thought Bud hit him with the bat. Yeah, that I thought it was a jab. But when I went back and looked at it, it was a short hook. And I mean, when you got somebody that can kind of punch and change their that's tough to do. Some guys throw looping shots, some guys throw like short hooks, but he could throw short and sweeping shots. So, it was a nice moment at the end of in the backstage. Glad Kell Brook was all right. I don't see how people hate him, but entertaining fighter every single time, power, speed, it can be technical boxer and can walk you down. The only fight I ever seen him born in was with Klimov. But people start hating on, and I don't see how people don't like the guy. Do you think Bob Brook fights again? And how do you? I want to see him I want to see him fight Amir Khan. Ain't no other fight to see. How does he do against Thurman, Danny? I think right now with Danny Garcia, they can fight at 54. To be honest, because Danny said he's moving up. I always thought that him and Danny Garcia kind of be an interesting fight. They both fighters that fight at the same pace. Yep, they both guys that fight at the same pace, man. So that'd be interesting. It'd just be, could Danny catch Kell Brook? I mean, in they prime, that's a 50. Well, Kell Brook was a better welterweight than Danny Garcia right now. So I mean, that don't mean when they get in the fight. But him and Thurman can feet too good. Thurman is absolutely too elusive. It's like Bud. You know what I'm saying? Thurman, like I said, I was trying to tell Lion Killer. He said, "Well, I think Bud just beat Thurman." I don't know, man. Styles make fights. Keith Thurman is a nice fighter, man. People hate on Keith, but he showed a lot of heart losing to Pacquiao. I think Sean Porter fighting Bud. Kenny Porter say so. Kenny want to fight, but Sean and Bud don't want to fight. Sean said he'll move up, and Sean said he'll move up to fight Charlo. And I don't think that's a bad idea neither. You know what I'm saying? I think Sean can get the job done, even though I would favor Jamel to beat him. But yeah, last night it was just that, Bud went to southpaw. In orthodox, he was firing body shots. It was something about in a southpaw position that he seen an advantage, and it was the hook that did it. The right hook, he started landing in bunches, and Kell Brook was really getting in position. He was on the inside, he was pushing Bud back, he was catching Bud freezing. He just didn't commit to the shots. Kell Brook can't do Kowalski. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, Kell Brook can't do what Kowalski can do. Kowalski he fought a different Bud. He fought a more aggressive Bud. Kowalski was able to put the combinations together. Kell Brook ain't no combination puncher. When he fought Sean Porter, it was ones, twos. He makes a hook and uppercut. But when you talk about combination punchers, man, you talking about, you talking about like, man, today that's tough to know who the good combination punchers is. Because everybody seemed to be a 1-2 fighter or 1 or 2 shots at a time. When Canelo is fighting an opponent that's tailor-made for him, he throws some of the best combinations in the game. But that's hard to say who the best combination puncher in boxing is. That's tough. To be honest, that might be a lost art. Because Gervonta throw 1 or 2 at a time. At one point, Gamboa might have been the best combination puncher in boxing, or one of the best. That's tough to say, man, because ain't no heavyweights really punching in bunches. Maybe Andy Ruiz, he be got some nice combination. He might be the best combination heavyweight that I've seen. But Jesus. Jesus, that's a good question. Who is the best combination puncher in boxing? Oh man, it's just so many fighters that just throw 1 or 2 shots at a time, man. You don't really see these dudes opening up like the old fighters used to do. I mean, a lot of guys was offensive, So Joe White, salute her. But I mean, Kell Brook did well though. You know what I'm saying? And he just said he wish he would let his hands go earlier, a little bit more. But I think he didn't work up and down enough for me. You know what I'm saying? He just headhunted. He just believed the theory that Crawford didn't have a jaw, and then when he found out that he couldn't clinch, after that he didn't have no defense. He really didn't have no defense. You didn't see him jumping in like he did on Errol Spencer 1-2s or Golovkin. He tried it. He landed a few times, but he just didn't throw enough punches in bunches. But like I said, who is a great punches and bunches fighter? You mean, you look at Keith Thurman, he looking to land 1 or 2 big shots. Sean Porter smothered his work. So in this division, ain't too many guys that throwing punches and bunches. You know, so that's something you ain't got to worry about. Everybody in this division is a 1-2 fighter. And then you ain't got too many killers. Like you don't have too many finishers. Bud peaking at everything is at its optimal. You know, his weight is good. Like he at his best here. You know, Kyle LX, salute. Jimmy Jazz, salute. Pringle fan 007, salute, appreciate it. But yeah, when you look at he got advantage over everybody. Danny Garcia drained, Lopez, he fought above 47. Errol Spence drained, Kell Brook drained. Like when they say he drained, everybody drained. Look how long Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Errol Spence been fighting in the division. All of them started, other than Danny, above 47. He said, did you see Crawford talk about why he doesn't give certain people interviews? No, I didn't see that. Enlighten me. I didn't see that. Yeah, let me know. Send me the link or something. I'm tired of these dudes, Janko salute, using networks to duck butt. I mean, you know what's going to happen if he come over. And if he come over, they're going to start claiming him, but I mean, we'll get there. Jay White, Detroit, salute. Norman should be a pay-per-view fighter. Just Aaron worried about his ESPN Plus. I mean, Thurman just 4 or 5 years ago didn't want to fight on pay-per-view. Mike Wilson said Bud the GOAT. Bud should go to 54. I mean, why not? Brook really landed on only jabs. I mean, and he didn't let it. He didn't find the rhythm. That's the thing about fighting an offensive fighter. If you don't know how to slip and counter and give it, you ain't gonna find no rhythm. Brook landed 1-2s on Bud, honestly. Yeah, he landed. I think the right hook is what caught the left hook is what caught his eye. He didn't land him good enough. At all, he didn't land him good enough. He didn't land nothing. That hurt him. He didn't land nothing. Everybody thought his power was gonna be effective. He landed some shots and didn't do shit. Good fighter though. All right, thanks. I'm gonna check it out on IG. L Duck and Bud. I mean, blame Al Heyman. Yeah, I'll get to that. But Canelo got the hook with the taco Timbuterol. and they legalized Timbuterol for him and Quadrace and all them dudes, Eric Morales, who got caught on Timbuterol. Imagine if you had some Zimbabwe or some Ghana fighters say that their meat was tainted, and that's why they tested positive Timbuterol. Would the WBC change the rules? Will VADA change the rules for them? Absolutely not. But yeah, y'all got to understand how good this card popcorn is. Boy, it's the truth. Give me a minute. But yeah, man, apparently, man, Bob Arum ripped Terrence Crawford, right? Right? That was bad. Apparently, Bob Arum asked if he believes Top Ranks can keep Crawford after his contract expires in 2021. And he runs to the Athletics and say this. He says, Bob Arum, he says, do we want to keep him? I could build a house in Beverly Rose on the money I've lost on him in the last 3 fights. All right. Then he go on and say, Bob and Crawford, he got to promote like Lopez does, Shakir does, like Mayweather did, Pacquiao did. If he does it, then who the F needs him? He may be the greatest fighter in the world, but hey, I ain't going bankrupt to keep promoting him. So Bob Arum slandered him. My hero, Academia. Salute. So Bob Arum basically said that he losing money on Crawford. He basically said he don't care if he walk. So, you know, when you hear fighters that sound defeated, Bob Arum know he trying to push this Pacquiao narrative. I heard last night that he fight Mikey Garcia. So he's saying that he don't promote himself good enough. Ain't that your job to promote him? Ain't that your job to promote Terrence Crawford? We ain't seen Terrence. This is the only fight we've seen Terrence Crawford fight promoted. At least on the C level. And my whole thing is this. If he felt that way about Terrence Crawford, why he didn't say that to him? Why he didn't say it to him on the stage? Why you go run a Coppinger or whoever he ran to? See, force a loop. Why you go run on the other side of Nevada or Las Vegas and talk juggle? If I'm him, just give me a number so I can buy myself out. Seriously, give me a number so I can buy myself out. Cause you're gonna sit here on national TV and hype me up, but you say, well, I'll read it again. First, he said that when Bob Arum asked his top rate keep Crawford after his contract expired in October 2001. The question is, do we want to keep him? I could build a house in Beverly Rose on the money I've lost in his last 3 fights. Then he goes on to say he's got to promote like Lopez, Shakur, and Mayweather did, Pacquiao did. If he does it, then who the F need? When did Pacquiao promote? Like I said before, I ain't no Bob Arum fanboy, but Terrence Crawford need to buy himself out today. I mean, Terrence Crawford need to go ahead and just take his money, whatever he gonna make after taxes, pay his team, and just ask him how much I need to get out of here. How much? How much do I need to leave? Because how can you expect the boxing fans to support him? How can you expect the boxing fans to get behind him when your own promoter trashed you before you leave? Can you imagine what Bob Arum saying behind Terrence Crawford back? What he's saying about his family, what he's saying where he come from, how he regrets signing him. Can you imagine what he's saying? Because if he can just say that less than 24 hours after this man then fought, you know, so how am I a fan to get behind this guy when the guy's saying, well, I lost money messing with him, or we don't want to keep him? Then and there, let's talk numbers. Since you losing money, let me go. Then he said here, it makes more sense for Al Heyman to do the fight with us. Why would Al Heyman want to do the fight with us to split the bill? That's cool. But he seemed to be into in-house fights and doing it himself. My thing is this. Let him go, Bob. Let him go. You talk about all the money you lost on him. Let's talk about all the money you lost on Lomachenko. Eddie Hearn took Lomachenko to the UK and lost money on Lomachenko. Come on. If you think Lopez and Shakur Stevenson is going to make a ton of money, let Bud walk. Let him walk. And that should let you know Bud should be the last black fighter that should sign to Bob Arum. No other black fighter should sign to Bob. He lost so much money on Lomachenko. You don't hear him complaining about him. Bob. Hold on, I missed a comment. My bad. Hold on. T20 say, why does Bob Arum think PBC can't make a pay-per-view with Bud versus Spence if they don't do it on the ESPN app? He just spitting. He just trying to. Bob Arum is Don King was better than him. Bob Arum. Only reason he lasted longer than Don King is Don King was on that Negro stuff, keeping it clean. That's why Don King cleaned it up a bit. Don King gave some of the best cards you can find. And all his fights was down there touching $1 million. I've been seeing a lot of hate for Bud. You ain't lying. First these dudes say on Facebook, oh, Kell Brook gonna give him a tough fight, and then after the fight, Kell Brook don't have no punch resistance. I just laughed. He said Crawford and Top Rank pay better than. Depends. Is he in it for the pay? You gotta ask yourself. Is he gonna go over there and fight a pay-per-view fight? Come on. At this point, he got the money. I think he'll take a little less to gamble on the pay-per-view. All he needs is a legacy now. Bob didn't have no disrespect him like didn't have to. You already know how he's gonna do. He said that interview was from the day before. Well, he should have kept. That's even worse. He should have kept that energy. He should have kept that energy when he was on the stage. He's sitting here lying about Pacquiao. That fight not happening. So what do you got to offer? Nothing. And he was mad because Crawford sent the lawyer. And if I joke with you and you show me your true colors, then come on. Tiger Joe said Bob has a master's mentality. You know it. Let's talk about all the money he lost on Lomachenko. Promote Lomachenko from Monday to Saturday. Come on. You want to talk about the money you lost, then? Hey, let me save you some more money. Let me go. Let me walk. I brought Kell for stage, though. He's finally getting exposure. And spend. I mean, maybe he do, maybe he don't. Maybe he retire. Anybody think about that? Dude, he is 31 years old. Maybe he retire. Thank you. Loma's the worst. Infamous say, nobody watched that man fight. He fought Rigo in the theater room in Madison Square Garden. He losing money on that. He's talking like Lopez. Lopez ain't no star. And let me know when Pacquiao promoted himself. Pacquiao promoted himself with classic fights. Barrera, Morales multiple times. Beat Barrera multiple times. Pacquiao ain't never go out there and talk junk and promote himself. Get out of here. What, singing at the fights? Get out of here. You protected Manny Pacquiao. When Pacquiao asked for $20 million to fight Crawford back in whenever it was, you didn't make the fight happen. Street's disciple, he said salute. See, the sad thing is when and if he do cross the street, Spence fight might still might not happen. You're right. Still might not happen. If I'm Spence, I'm making a move up to 54. Real talk. I'm making a move up to 54. I ain't saying that from a Crawford fan point of view, or I'm just strictly boxing. If I got the juice, I want as much home field advantage as I can. Some guys just got the court of popular opinion. But you notice the dark-skinned fighters don't have that. Clarissa, Deontay, Terrence Crawford. The darker the fighter, the more the hate. Then think about if Wilder or Shields or Crawford was pulling what Tank was pulling. You know what I'm saying? You just look at Floyd Mayweather. He can say all lives matter. He can bug dance and do everything he can want to do. And everybody go to sleep and they forget. Al Heyman can treat some of his black fighters the way he treat them. And everybody forget him and wake up. If Crawford say something questionable, Shields say something questionable, Wilder say something questionable, they ain't got no career. Just pay attention to that. The darker the fighter is, the more hate they get. And I'm not even talking about from the other ethnic groups. We're talking about from the people in the black community. And look how many fighters Crawford fought, and they said that I ain't never been done like that before. That ain't never happened to me before. Or you can look and see that never happened to them before. He ain't just obliterate. He stopping people, bro, in their tracks. Stopping people. And people talking about, well, he didn't. Give this man some credit. Lennox Lewis got more credit for beating Mike Tyson. He said, blah, blah, blah. It's live right now. I said after the fight, Bud's the best fight in the world, man. Finally keep it real. I mean, it is what it is. I've been saying it, bro. When I found out Spence was ducking, and you go back and watch when I gave Bud his props. When Bud beat Jeff Horn, because I thought Jeff Horn was gonna keep it close with Bud. That's when I turned my opinion on Bud. And then after that fight happened, and then the news came to me that Derrick James and Earl Spence didn't want to fight. So my opinion truly changed when he did that to Jeff Horn. I thought Jeff Horn was gonna give him a run for his money. I feel when Bud moves to PBC, he's gonna fight everyone but Spence. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, what does Spence lose between now and then? What if he retire, or you never know what can happen. No, tomorrow not promised. And I think we take that for granted. If you like it or not, your next breath ain't promised. And that's just the God honest truth. We just think we're gonna wake up tomorrow. And we gonna be alive. That's not true. That's just simply not true. Simply not true. Uncle Free, salute. Shout out to Kyle for the popcorn. It's just we not gonna wake up. Who knows? There's greater things to worry about. Spence got into a car accident, bro, and who knows? I believe he looked good. I believe he sound confident. Who knows? What if he can't make the weight next fight? He said, "Well, I'm moving up." Should Bud fight his man? No matter who he fights next. It really don't matter. Wherever they put him from. Floyd holding that fight up. He knows Spence can't beat Bud right now. He might mess around and sign Bud. Who knows? Wilder and Bud. No bad. Wilder and Crawford, yeah, Carissa, no. That's just your opinion. That's your opinion, but it's the truth. Ronda Rousey did the same thing Carissa Shields did. And I watched every black man lust over Ronda Rousey. Carissa Shields do it. Like I said before, there's a lot of people out here. It's a lot of people out here that don't like black people. I'm talking about black people. And they don't want to admit it. It might be subconscious. He said Bud would have had a great following in the UK if he would. You ain't lying. Boy, this boy messing over here. Snoring. Right, sleeping on Danny. Because he ain't did none of that welterweight. I think Keith is hard. I thought that style. I think it will be as tough as fight, depending on how much Keith left. Keith the same age, his body breaking down. Keith drink too though. So I left Santa Claus 2 down there for miles. He probably ain't even watching it. He don't watch TV. Floyd will do anything for $1. We ain't lying, he get on his 2 hands and knees. Rondy was the worst, yet they gave her. Yeah, you know why they gave her a pass. Ronda Rousey looked like a Chuck doll. Chucky doll, you meant? and she could not fight, bro. Had no boxing skills, no nothing, man. But I heard that Bud talked to Al. I heard that. And he said Bob is talking about Crawford now. He said what was the number one reason why he talking greasy about Crawford is that Crawford attorney contacted him at Top Rank to let them know Crawford ain't happy. But I also heard that Crawford talked to Al about possibly leaving too. Top Rank, and Bob knows. That's why Bob is going to try to get the Pacquiao fight. So basically, he already been in contact with Al. So Depends on. I mean, it depends. He talked to Errol Spence, and maybe Errol Spence gave him out number, or it's sad that boxing got to be like this way, that you got to sign to a certain promotional company to get a fight. And that's why I say they should just get rid of world title fights, world title belts. Just had a PBC belt, the top ranked belt, and had his own belt, which his own ain't gonna be around too much longer in the United States. But that's what it should be. And Al is not gonna lose. And he didn't really care about Deontay Wilder, to be honest. But he don't want to lose a fighter like that again. He was never gonna make the Lomachenko Tank fight. He never gonna make the Teofimo Lopez fight. PBC fighters, they not going nowhere unless they getting overpaid. You will never see a PBC fighter go to the zone and probably not get a career high payday. Derevchenko went over there and got $5-6 million to fight Triple G. Derevchenko ain't worth $1 million in any fight he fight. And that's the truth. He ain't worth it. Fortuna was about to go over there. He supposed to be fighting next this month on FS1. I don't know when. He went over there, was supposed to get a career high deal. It's just simple as that. I remember she said she would beat Layla Ali in boxing. Girl couldn't even box. Stop. Boy, girl, stop. Nostalgic. Sorry. Those other channels were wishing blood lost to this clown. Him, and now the narrative is Brook is. You already know what it is. But when he beat up Lamont Peterson, well, was that the narrative? When he beat up Chris Algieri, who lost 2 of his 3 fights before fighting Errol Spence, was that the narrative? When Sean Porter lost to Kell, Brook had a draw with Julio Diaz, lost to Keith Thurman, was that the narrative? When he had a controversial win over Ugas, was that the narrative? The narrative for the Sean Porter fight was he a bum, he was garbage, he was in-shape street fighter, and then when the fight came, Errol Spence made the excuse, I fought this fight. No, you didn't fight this fight. You fought the fight you had no other choice to fight. And the only difference in that fight was the knockdown. If Sean Porter knew how to punch and get leverage on his shot and not smother his shots, Sean Porter might beat anybody in this division. But if it was a 5th, I think we all be drunk. He said, how good would Kell Brook is he? I mean, if he would have fought, he was supposed to fight Jesse Vargas. What happened was Chris Eubanks allegedly pulled out of the Golovkin fight, which I got some Eubanks news for those who care, Eubanks Jr. And long story short, Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum didn't want to pay the money. Eddie Hearn wanted to send Kell Brook to America to fight Jesse Vargas. At the time, Jesse Vargas had the WBO belt. And Eddie Hearn didn't want to pay Jesse Vargas what Bob Arum wanted for him to come to the UK. So long story short, they pulled out of the Jesse Vargas unification bout. They fought Golovkin, and that's what it was. Renard salute. So, I mean, he definitely would have been Vargas. He'd have been Vargas and got a Pacquiao fight. He would have got pay-per-view money in the UK. Kell Brook probably wouldn't have to fight again if he fought Pacquiao. And will Pacquiao stop him? I mean, he hadn't stopped nobody in a long time. Maybe Kell Brook was his lucky day he beat him. You know, Kell Brook, everybody would have understood if he dropped the IBF belt to fight Pacquiao for the WBO. So he probably never would have fought Errol Spence unless he beat Pacquiao. You know, but, you know, I really can't say. His best fight was Sean Porter. Every other fight at that division, you know, wasn't scintillating. He said Kell Brook beat Spence on points anyway till the knock. I mean, I think Spence pulled away. I think it was kind of like 5, and then Spence won like 6 straight rounds, and, you know, Spence did what he had to do. Spence fought at a pace he couldn't fight at. Infamous said it's crazy that even with the knockdown, Earl beat Sean with a split decision. If Sean didn't get knocked down, he meant he would have won. So close Porter to I mean, yeah, Porter is a fighter that doesn't know how to. He not being trained right by his father. I ain't scared to say it. If he had Mike Tyson to train him, or Customato, him and Gervonta Tank Davis would be virtually unbeatable. The only way Sean Porter would beat at welterweight is if he beat himself. Sean Porter had. If you had to give me 2 fighters to go train with Mike Tyson, Sean Porter and Tank, they probably would be unbeatable. The only way they lose, they beat themselves. But Kenny is so arrogant that he's just not gonna step aside. You know, and men are prideful. It's hard for us to say you hurt our feelings or I was wrong. I remember this one lady I was working with at Amazon, right? And she was telling me how her son was right. She was cool as hell. Her son was right, but her husband wouldn't admit. I forget what the story was, but her husband wouldn't admit he was wrong. She was an older lady, right? And her son was like, you know, he was like, I'm right, I'm right. He was talking junk, kind of. And the husband put, please, like, get out of my house or put him on punishment or something of that nature. And she was like, my husband just will never admit when he's wrong. And that's real talk. I ain't never heard my father apologize. I ain't never heard no man that was ever in my life outside of school say they was wrong. I never, man, my father go give me a bike, a scooter, a cheesecake. We'd go eat something. Yeah, look here, man. I ain't never had a problem saying I was wrong. These men that I kind of, that was above me. You seen the fake headbutt on Maloney front? Yeah, I seen that. I came in at the right when it happened. Big A, salute. I'm glad someone else said it. Spence did not beat Porter at his own. He didn't. That's just an excuse, bro. He was weight drained too. Spence was throwing combinations to Porter's nuts, and that. I mean, they said it's a video out there that showed him low blow and Kell Brook. I'll never forget the Abner Mars Joseph Abeko fight. That was criminal. Shout out to everybody watching on Sportscastr. If y'all don't know, my YouTube channel is Goodfellas Sports TV and Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0. Con Enigma, they waiting on Bud to lose. I mean, it's a messed up situation that he in. But at this point, I mean, I'm getting easy money. But Errol Spence, he ain't did nothing that nobody else ain't did. For real. Spence was basically forced to fight Porter that way in the trenches because he couldn't keep Porter. Porter wouldn't sit on the line. That's all that was. Porter came in with a good game plan. His father knew a lot about Errol Spence. His father knew a lot about Terrence Crawford. So when you got inside intel, a monkey could put a game plan together. That's why Bill Belichick was taping them practices. His father has worked with Terrence. He's worked with Errol Spence. But it is what it is. He said, we just talked about it. And when that's just when somebody mad, they telling the truth. A drunk, a kid, or somebody that's angry. And Bob Aaron was irate. I lose the money on him, and right now they need to be working on the buyout. Simple as that. But then again, you can't buy out and go get less money. You can't. Boxing shouldn't be right where he got to go over there and fight him. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. Like, I got to go over this promotional company. Just, in my opinion, just stop making boxing. Just get rid of WBC. The WBC can go with the PBC. The IBF go with the zone. The WBO can go with Bob, and the WBA can go somewhere. It just don't make no sense. It don't. L Real Cool J. I believe Bud retired after he can get the spin. I mean, look here. If I'm Al, look here, man. Let's say somehow Mikey Garcia beat Pacquiao. Why not do Pacquiao or let's do Mikey and Crawford? You know what I'm saying? And then you could do Spence, but it's frustrating watching boxing because Don King and Bob used to work. Christine Taylor say, hell yeah, especially men are 40 and older, they are stubborn as hell. Yeah, you ain't lying. I ain't never heard my father apologize to me. Never. I ain't never had no. I don't remember none of them. I had some black school teachers when I left private school. I just ain't never remember no coach or nobody admitting fault. Never. I swear, man, I really never met an authoritative figure that said, you know what? I can never really think. Maybe some coaches. I can never remember no man that ever was like, you know what, took responsibility. My bad. I remember I was learning how to hit a baseball. My dad throwing that joker 100 miles an hour. I quit that stuff. I'm like, man, forget baseball. How you gonna throw a 100-mile-an-hour pitch at an 8-year-old? It just didn't make no sense. Street Disciple said, I feel like Spence has popular vote, but Bud has hit electoral college. I mean, that is what it is. Earl, ain't nothing even special about Earl Spence, bro. People talk about his height. Look at Tommy Hearns and his size. Look at Paul Williams. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he a southpaw. That's what make him like different. But I've been watching boxing a long time, and you know, I've seen a lot of greater welterweight, even than Floyd Mayweather. Like I said, Floyd Mayweather would crack my top 10 welterweights of all time. You know what I'm saying? A welterweight Oscar De La Hoya would have beat Floyd Mayweather. Talking about Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, Carmen Brasilio, Henry Armstrong. Shane Mosley at young at 47. Miguel Cotto would have been a problem. I'm not saying he's better than those guys, or those guys better than him. But you talk about Paul Williams, he ducked. Margarito, he ducked. He ducked a lot of guys, you know, and then he weighed overweight for the Marquez fight. Jesus, you talking about Duran. Oh man, welterweight is historically a really good division, man. Floyd ain't no top 10 welterweight, man. I know about 12 welterweights that'll beat him. Tommy Hearns would have put him to sleep. You want to see a dead body? Earl ain't even that tall. Man, you ain't lying. You talking about we had remember Mike Jones and Randall Bailey stopped him? He had to be what, like 6'1", 6'2"? Floyd and Crawford, a cool fight. That's a straight fight. I'll give it to a prime Mayweather right now. Real say the promotional beef remind me of the WWF, PBC, WCW top rank in the mid-90s. I mean, line at the ECW eventually. I like the other joint that's on TNT though, the AWE, whatever it's called. That junk's I'll catch it this week. All they talk about is Spence called Floyd and sparring. I mean, Lamont Peterson broke his ribs. Paul Sabadorf outboxing. There's footage of that. That's why they don't let people tape his sparring. Yeah, Ray Leonard is taller, faster, more athletic. I mean, he was a natural welterweight. You know, Vernon Forrest. You know, but I mean, people believe what they want to believe. I've seen really a lot of good welterweights through the course of time, man. He wanted to beat Jorge Martinez at 54. He would dare never take that fight. And I don't blame him. You say 12 welterweights would be Floyd. The 12 he ducked. You ain't lying. He ducked a lot of dudes. Him and Pacquiao got out of Dodge when it came to Paul Williams. Mason ate that popcorn and threw it up. He ate that joint. But I mean, it's sad to see what position that brother in, man. But I be laughing at people, bro, when they talking about like versus battles, man. I be convinced that people they don't understand the discovery. They don't understand the discovery of an artist's body of work. That's crazy. People argue with you and they ain't heard one CD. I'm telling somebody, I was like, Gucci Mane don't have one great good album. And did I lie? I didn't lie. I had his first one, Trap House. Me and my girl, she was like, that was a mixtape though. It was an album. He had the appeal, like a lot of Gucci Mane mixtapes had like one song on there, and the whole mixtape was trash. He was trying to do the No Limit thing where he put a lot of music. Like the movie was like his best thing. The movie 2 was garbage. And I be talking about classics, dog. Like you gotta he don't have one classical album, bro. And people be trying to argue it, though. Like, I had every mixtape that the dude ever invented. Look at Kell Brook getting punched and him in the background looking at himself get punched. That's hilarious. Just look at him. Look at Bob Arum. Look at Bob Arum. Just, I can't believe it. You can see the difference in Bud Lifestyle and these other boxers. Bud knock out the ops and go straight to ping pong matches versus. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. That was dope. I mean, people talking about he 33. Man, it depends on when you fall out your prime. Depends. If you take a lot of punishment, then you know what I'm saying. And people jumping on this. I agree with Bob Arum and what he's saying and what he's talking about when it comes to Terrence Crawford and like, dude, why can't Errol Spence just step up and fight the man? What's so hard about him getting in that ring? These dudes don't even hate Canelo that much. They don't have as much animosity for Lomachenko, Tyson Fury. They don't. And that's why you got to watch out for people like this. A lot of these dudes got animosity that come from nowhere. He says, Favors just said, I just came over after listening to the Boxing Voice. Oh my God, they are so biased. Ain't no brothers on the platform. They sold out. I used to like the channel straight garbage. Now, ooh. Yeah, I used to watch it when he had Vic and Beeb and them dudes on there, man. I remember when Beeb cut the channel off and he got rid of Beeb, but I've been unsubscribed. Like I said before, Ness is mad because Crawford won't give him an interview. That's all it boiled down to. I mean, that's him. It's been a trash show for a while. Who want to listen to Mario? He's trash. Who want to listen to the other black guy they had on there? Casual boxing fan. I don't know his name. Trash. His whole style is trash. His whole channel just turned trash. Real talk. I don't really listen to a lot of people, man. Other than Nate and Lion Killer, bro. It's hard, man. He said Bud has made at least $20 million in the past 2 years, which I don't know if PBC would have paid him that much during it. I mean, look at Ugas living that life. Charlo's living that life. Yeah, you know your boy's scared. He's scared. He's shook. Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You ain't a scared one. You just a shook one. I love my beat, bro. Man, them Outcasts, man. I like Run DMC too. Them and Tribe Called Quest. He said, "Hello, Mew Ying." Says, "Hello, CJ. Bud isn't going to slow down. That is, he is too skilled and disciplined. His prime will end at 37. Man, I don't think he's gonna fight that long. I don't know why Danny Garcia don't want to fight Bud." He said, "Brooklyn gets Paul George, Clippers get James." Man, where you hear that at? I might do that mock tomorrow. Depends. Where you hear that at? You hear it, man. If they put James Harden to Brooklyn, I'll say that for tomorrow. That don't work. That don't work, bro. Brooklyn is good enough right now, bro. They got the perfect mix of defenders and shooters, man. I think once my life kind of settled down a bit, I think I'm gonna get into coaching. Like, I might coach little league basketball, and then I might coach like varsity basketball, because like a lot of these dudes can't coach, man. The kid, I mean, I be watching football teams, man, and I can coach football, but I'm more knowledgeable in boxing. Crawford basically said post-fight that if you disrespect Crawford as a man, he won't give you an interview. Crawford can hold a grudge like a mofo. You ain't lying. I ain't mad at that. That's his preference. Who cares? Did Errol Spence respond to Crawford KO yet? Somebody said he did. I didn't care. But, I mean, look at Bob Arum. Look how many people diss Bob Arum on a regular basis, and he still do interviews with him. You know, that's just, I don't know where that come from him, but there's a lot of people that, look at Gucci Mane and Jeezy, for example. That man put money on his head and sent somebody to kill him. and they still gonna get together, put their differences aside for the culture, and do a versus battle. Like when you hold, like to say this, to hold on to something is a female trait, and I ain't saying nothing bad about them, but it is a female trait to hold on to something, like just something so petty. That's what we women do. Like you could have, I don't know, you could have cheated on your woman. I seen my grandma accuse my granddad for cheating on something that he did way before I was born. And you talking about she remembers something from like 19, I don't know when, 50 something, 60 something. And she brought that up in 2018, 19. You know what I'm saying? So women hold on to stuff and they don't forget. That's why R. Kelly made that when the woman's fed up, it ain't nothing. You ain't lying. If you cheat on your girl, you might as well just leave her, bro. Real talk. If she find out, it ain't even gonna be worth it. I'm telling y'all, bro, it ain't even worth it, dog. Mad Dog, hey, salute. That's a fact. It's not worth it. Women hold on to stuff forever. My mom be bringing up stuff I did when I was like, Jesus. I think Bud carries power to 54. 2 ounces extra on the gloves. Patriots winning right now. I'm still tripping on that Cardinals game. Jesus. And I turned off a red zone for that. Red zone like crack. What's going on, Zach? Cam and the Patriots balling right now. I see Dana White gets it from. Lamar ain't got no weapons, bro. Salute Vortex. Ooh, shit. Eyes itching. I don't even know what happened. I opened up some type of code on my computer. Let me close it out. All right, before we get to the question part. Got some news. Hold on. So, we could talk about what's been going on. All right, I heard Costello's share fighting in February. Okay, we could start off from. All right, Teofimo Lopez is going to be fighting Camboso or Verdejo next. Okay. So Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting December 9th with or without Luke Campbell. Hold on. So, sorry. Okay, so blah, blah, blah. They're trying to see how they want to match Jamal Charlo, Eubanks, and Caleb Plant. But they say Plant is fighting Anthony Durrell possibly, and said that Eubanks versus Charlo. They trying to see if Charlo will want to come back in December. Blah, that Charlo is having a second thoughts about coming back in December against Eubanks. He will wait and see how it plays out. He just had a really hard camp. Better thing would be to make Horby rematch for Eubanks. But for Plant, they're talking about Anthony Durrell or now Caleb Truex. So yeah, that is the 411. Any questions? So you can see Caleb Plant back in the ring sometime, somewhere versus Truex or Anthony Durrell. I haven't heard nothing about Benavidez. I'm just going to assume he's going to fight Alvin Uterman for the WBC. Yeah, I would like to see. Y'all can ask questions. I would like to see Kell Brook in the Amir Khan fight. Nate was like, why? I'm like, I still want to see it. Tommy Hearns and Ray Leonard fought when they was old. I think he fought Duran older too. I honestly believe Bud is good. He makes these fighters look average. Terrence McFarlane. He said, Vortex say some Wilder news. That's true. Some Wilder news. That's true. He says, what do you think about Schroeder to the Lakers on the 28th pick? The Lakers stupid for trading that pick. Schroeder is not the guy you need to be. Unless you're going to bring him off the bench. in staggers minutes with LeBron. Him on the floor, LeBron, is just a conflict of interest. They both facilitators. You know, they need a Derek Fisher type. The Lakers don't scare me. Once they kind of get back on the road and they travel and stuff, the Lakers would have never won a championship and with an atmosphere with pressure. Like, that's how you just know the championship don't count. You know, the Miami Heat would never be in the championship in under a regular situation. So shooter don't help them out at all. You know, they need to find somebody like Derek Fisher that can D in 3, or like John Paxson or Steve Kerr. They just gonna turn him into a glorified spot up shooter. When you with LeBron, you need all shooters around him. He said Samuel L. Jackson is getting exposed. He's talking about Lamar. No, he's not, bro. Just all right. Let me ask you something about Lamar Jackson. Who he throwing to? Name me Lamar Jackson best receiver. Name me his best receiver. I'll wait. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all sit here. Y'all be like, oh, you know, Lamar getting it. Who he throwing to? Look at Kyler Murray. He got Christian Kirks. He got DeAndre Hopkins. He still got Larry Fitzgerald. Look at my Patrick Mahomes. His receivers, they don't even get on the field better than Lamar Jackson receivers. Harmon, Robinson. So that's crazy. How you feel about playing Jamal? That's a fight I want to see. They don't never make fights at PBC that you want to see. Like that. That fight can go either way. Because playing ain't no real 168 pounder. Canelo got my hopes up for nothing. I heard that he might still do it. I doubt it. He's still gonna be on his own. Well, that's crazy. Canelo ain't fighting no prime opposition. You forget that. He ain't fighting no prime opposition when he was younger. He said, if anything, as a Spence fan, I want to see Bud and Spence fight even more. I don't think the fight is going on 12. Someone is going to be on their back. Let's see Spence and Danny Garcia first. Give Darrell the pay that he said, give Darrell that payday. Common opponent Benavidez. True. Amir Khan will win versus Kell Brook, in my opinion. I don't know. What's the 3 fights you want to see the most? Bud and Spence. If Spence is all right. Better BF and Bevel. The third one. Anuiwa and Casimir. Yeah, them are 3 fights I want to see. I mean, we know that Jose and Josh Taylor are gonna fight, so yeah, those are 3 fights I want to see. He said Don Banks said, yeah, I used to listen to the Boxer Voice a lot too, but I can't. It's hard. Ness is so biased, and it's like Crawford hate channel now. I can't even listen to it without getting mad. Yeah, damn. I've been unsubscribed, man. When they got rid of Mike, it was over with. You know, for me personally, they terrible. He said L5 player Danny Garcia versus Kell Brook. In a prime, I mean, that's a pick 'em right now. Still a pick 'em. Probably Danny Garcia. Schroeder, Mass, Streaky. Yup. He better with the ball in his hands. You go to LA, you ain't gonna get the ball in your hands with LeBron on the floor. Rondo's hitting threes, you know it's all bad. The bubble was trash. You ain't lying. I'm trying to tell people that. What's your thoughts on Bud rating Jose and Mean Machine better competition than Conor Brook? I'm not surprised that neither one of them lost. Conor Brook, better days was behind them. So that's, I mean, yeah. I got Crawford over any welterweight. Rodriguez salute. Mad Dog A salute. Virgil Ortiz and Amir Khan. Carlos murder. Homicide. Traumatic experience for Amir Khan. Any more questions? That's an easy fight, man. Easy. He says Brook should have never fight at 47 again. He can't fight at 54. What you talking about? Who he gonna beat at 54? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Who he gonna beat at 54? Y'all be killing him. Who he gonna fight at 54? He too small. Hollywood is his best receiver. Hollywood wouldn't even be the 3rd best receiver on the Chiefs, bro. Like, at all. That shit crazy. Y'all gotta understand, man. They don't. It's a crime for black quarterbacks to have weapons. It's a crime. Look at all the weapons that Brett Favre had over the years. Antonio Freeman, Donald Driver. He had some good weapons. Ahmad Green. Like who do Lamar really got that you gonna say, like, man, we gonna double him or we gotta stack the box? Nobody. It's a crime for black quarterbacks to have to have weapons. Real talk. They ain't never gave Michael Vick no weapons. At all. When does Jerron Ennis get a step-up fight? When he found a promoter. When he signed with a major promoter. Brook need that con fight to close the career out. You ain't lying. They can make some good money. They could fight 3 times. Yeah, he can't beat anyone at 54 till he needs the seeking a Amir Khan fighter. Yeah, he can't beat nobody at 54. In his prime, he would have got smashed at 54. Too much athleticism, too much height, too much reach, too much. It's just dangerous up there, bro. Why do you think Keith Thurman ain't trying to go up there? Would you? Can Bud rearrange Errol's dentures? Who knows? Maybe Danny Garcia do it. Maybe somebody get COVID and the fight don't happen. Maybe, who knows? Let's wait and see what happens. He said Ennis should fight Khan and all the old welterweights to get some names and notoriety. He got to find a promoter. The Mean Machine was with PBC. He'll be a top fighter, in their opinion, yeah. What's next, Bud, next opponent? I don't know. It ain't going to be Pacquiao, I heard. He says, by the way, did you peep Bud saying he wants Pac next? Clearly, Earl and Bud both have. That ain't happening. Mikey Garcia fighting Pacquiao. Why would Pacquiao wait till all these years ago? But why would he come off almost a 2-year layoff? Maybe by the next time he fight Pacquiao. Fight Crawford or Spence. That ain't happening. You think PBC will, if he comes there, keep him away? Has Errol Spence still got Keith Thurman? No. He said they even went out and got Flacco major help. Yep. Who you have? Lee Evans, Anquan Bolden. Man, come on. McNabb ain't never had help other than T.O. People talk about McNabb, but Troy Aikman had everybody. Emmett, the Great Wall, Michael Irvin. Oh, Mason up. Light-skinned quarterbacks get hooked up. You mean like Patrick Mahomes? He don't even think he a brother. But he got all the weapons in the world. Earl can't survive at 54. He loses size and power. They was just talking about how you be beating up Jamil Charlo at 54 in sparring. My whole thing is, Jamil Charlo is just a clone of him. So, of course, he understands that style. My point is, it seems that Bud and Earl are okay with building the fight up at the moment. They're not okay with building the fight up at the moment. He know that Errol Spence not fighting him, and Errol Spence know he not fighting him. So, Bob offered Pac-Man $20 million. You think he'll pay? Yeah, he about to fight Mikey Garcia. Bob, I'll pay him $20 million. You gonna fight Mikey for 20 or Terrence for 20? You feel me? Rob Crawford on PBC to stay away from Earl. Who knows? I think Earl would do good at 54, but he have to change his style a little bit. He said the Ravens players are playing like trash. Tight end got knocked out with a nasty leg. Oh, you talking about Mark Andrews? Oh, it's over with. That was his best catch. Come here, bud. Come here. He want to play. I hate this. Come on. I ain't playing with you. Come here. See the screen, bud. Mason up. He got to go play with Miles in a minute. Imagine if Nate Robinson gets KO'd by Jake Paul. Yeah, that'd be crazy. He said, in my own opinion, Bud retires after Undisputed at 47. I don't think that ever going to happen. I'm an Eagles fan. McNabb had trash receivers doing everything. His best receiver was that running back, Westbrook, but he had like Todd Pickerston, James Thrash, Freddie Mitchell, the People's Champ. Who else he have? Chad Hall, remember that Olympic like skier or snowboarder he had? He had nobody, bro. Nobody. Rondo's the Clippers, that might work. He said the Raiders. Man, Drew Lock, I don't know what's going on in Denver. I thought he'd have a good year. The Raiders definitely making the playoffs. They ain't gonna win nothing though this year, but they definitely making it. This is a good comment. He said when you black that they can run, they expect you to make it happen. Even when you create miracles, they highlight what you need to work on. You ain't lying. Tom Brady, the only one that really never had weapons early on, but he had a good defense. Mikey is my favorite fighter, but he needs to jab more. Man, Mason, your breath humping, bro. You gotta get your teeth brushed. He said, but Bud did say he wants Earl next. If he can get Pac-Man, let that man. He know he ain't getting Earl next. If Earl wanted to fight him next, that fight happens next. Ain't neither one of them happening. So I ain't gonna entertain it. Now Mark ain't the backup. Oh, who are the two teams you think gonna be in them? Who knows? You want to say New Orleans, but they choke every year. So ain't nobody in NFC good, really. Now who really good? The Packers suck. To me. The Saints always choking. Ain't no good team in the NFC. The Rams ain't that good to me. The Seahawks they ain't got no defense. It's whoever come out the AFC. It's probably gonna be Kansas City or Pittsburgh. That's what they should just make that the Super Bowl, really. Because Tennessee lost. They left tackle and they've been the same since. Stinkerson and trash. Yeah, they was trash. What do you see happening more likely? Bud getting a big fight or Bob releasing? Ain't no release. He want to buy his way out. Mahomes is the new golden child. I ain't mad at it. His mom be having a lot of different type of views. But he got talent, though. Spencer scared. It's a disgrace. Yet his fans overlook it. Arizona cheap. Man, please. Smoking crack. Especially now without Chandler Jones. I don't know who's going to come out. NFC. But it ain't going to matter. They need to do a realignment. The NFC East is trash. Trash, I tell you. Trash. But yeah, man, let me get out of here, man. I was tired, sus. I was got to go to sleep. But any other questions? I'll wait for some more questions. Because Mason about to go outside. And then Mason is about to go to sleep. And Miles is too. The NFC weak. You ain't lying. Weak. NFC is weak as the East and the NBA. Well, East ain't weak no more. What you talking about? You got Durant back. You got Doc Rivers in Philly. You got Boston. They probably gonna make some moves. They got 3 draft picks. So to me, the East just as good as the West now. For real. I heard the new cars suck. They were talking about on a thread, but you can't really take people's opinion. Will we get Thurman and Spence in 2021? Spence say never. Watch he be fighting him. Arizona can. No, they can't. Nope. There got to be a lot of injuries for them to do it. What's happening if Danny wins? I don't know. Probably Pacquiao for Danny. Ugas is who is Ugas fighting next? I heard he might give Maurice Hooker if he wins his next fight. He said not a major question, but is Earl ducking more than Canelo or AJ at this point? Nah. He fighting guys, so I wouldn't say so. He's got out of a car accident. Yeah, all right. That's a good way to get you blocked off this channel. That question. Raiders and Chiefs next Sunday. The Chiefs. Mahomes about to light y'all up for like 50 points for what y'all did earlier. Division fight's the hardest one. That ain't happening. Too many copyrights. Too many licenses they got to get. Who do you think will become undisputed next? Taylor Ramirez? Yeah, duh. Sapato. It's an S. It's Italian for shoe. I was supposed to pick him up the other day. I was tired. He'll probably be over tomorrow. Mason rough him up. Don't you go lick at me, sir. What's next for Porter? You think he got 54? I don't know. I can care less. He lost everybody. Should just go ahead and fight Bud. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody on Sportscastr watching. Peace. I'm just tired at this point.